is up, Nomad Nation? You've got Godfather. I am 1/3 of your Nomad Gamers. It's Tuesday. We have started another week, so you know what that means. It means it's Talking Tuesday with your favorite Nomad Gamer. Hey, if you are watching me over on Facebook, on Kick, I got a lot of news about Kick, and on Twitch, you have found Godfather. The only one that's different would be Twitch, and that's Godfather09. Some jackass took my actual name of Godfather. So what I need you to do is, if you're just finding me for the first time, if I could talk, I need you to hit that follow button. For Facebook, I need you to hit that notification. Turn them on. That way, every time I come live at you, you are being notified. Now, if you're watching me over here on YouTube, thank you very much. You have found the home of the Nomad Gaming Podcast, where every Saturday at 4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern, your Nomad Gamers go live, and who knows what the hell we're going to talk about. We always go off topic at least 15 times. But we're there, we're together, we're having fun. Now, how many of you have been over to TikTok? Godfather1. I need you to go over to TikTok. I need you to hit that follow button. I am posting stuff on there now as well. The famous background for Talking Tuesday and Thirsty Thursday goes on there. And then I'm putting a little chunks of my gaming on there as well. By the way, for my nightly gaming, you can catch me at 7:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. on Mondays and Wednesdays, and then you got to tune in to to Thirsty Thursday to see exactly if I'm going to be gaming on Friday. Then, of course, on Saturday, I will tell everybody if I'm going to be gaming on Saturday night or Sunday. So you just need to tune in. You need to tune in to find out what's going on. So we have a new background. We always have a new background. It's Talking Tuesday, Thirsty Thursday. As they roll on, the backgrounds get different. So, without further ado, I'm not rolling my fat ass out of the way this time. I figured out something else. So, here we go. Let's roll it. What is this background here? What game is this from? Again, bonus points if you guess the correct game in the franchise. This one's a little bit harder because if you remember correctly, last week I got hit right off the bat with a winner, which is fine. It's fine. I love having winners, but it threw me off my entire game. So this one's a little harder. So what is it? You can see the M16 right here. You can see, what is that? That's a Cuyahoga Little Bird. And then you got another little bird that is all the way over to that side over. Oh, shit. Never mind. All the way over to the left-hand side of your frame. Looks like you got 3 Blackhawks. You got a crane. Where are we at? You know, I'll give you actually triple points if you can name the map that is right over there. That is an actual map. But right now, they're just flying over it. So, again, here you go. As the background for Talking Tuesday. Let me know. I will announce the winner on Thirsty Thursday. You have until now, until Thirsty Thursday starts, before I reveal the next one, to be the winner chicken dinner. If you are over on TikTok and you are wanting to get in on this, take your butt over to one of these social medias and give me your guess. That's the only way I'm going to know. All right, so what do we got in store for us today? Well, today we have got a lot of good news going on. How many of you caught my game stream about an hour ago? Actually, yeah, it's been about an hour now. I was playing a little Grand Theft Auto 5, and I kind of boo-booed because I made it. I was doing another mission. I was like, man, I can get this done before I have to get prepared for Thirsty Thursday, or Thirsty Thursday, Talking Tuesday. I wish it was the end of the week. Uh, so yeah, I was very shocked though because I went onto my normal two sites and man, everything started rolling. So let's go to the creator of The Last of Us and Uncharted 4 will reveal his first game in 9 years at the Game Awards. I'm kind of I'm not so excited about the two games that or the game that he's going to announce. What I am very excited about is the simple fact that they are now using the Gamer Awards for major video game announcements. I was really heartbroken when E3 went downhill. Uh, we all know, we all heard what happened at TwitchCon. The gaming industry needs one thing to be their red carpet, and they have it. It's called the Gamer Awards. It's called the Golden Joystick. I think this is amazing that they're doing this on the Game Awards. It's just in my view, it is absolutely awesome. So let's take a look and see what's going on. The Game Awards will play host to another new game announcement. There's multiple game announcements during this. As a studio founded by The Last of Us co-creator Bruce Straley will soon reveal its debut title during the show. The Game Awards show host Jeff, I'm going to murder this name, Kaylee, and Straley's studio, Wildflower Interactive, confirmed the news on social media via a short video teaser. Like I said before, this is awesome for one simple fact. The one thing that gaming companies are missing out on is a big convention for announcing their next games. We keep hearing little bit, little bit. It's going on Gamer Rant. It's going on PC Games. It sometimes it hits Reddit, which everybody knows I don't really put too much stock into Reddit, but you hear a lot of this stuff through a third hand person or second hand. It would be amazing to have something like E3 yet again that is in the middle of the country. Kansas City is a beautiful city. Put it there. If you can't get Kansas City, St. Louis, another beautiful city. Put it there. The gateway to the West. But we need a convention or we need a show just for developers to come out, these AAA gaming companies to come out with their first trailer. Fallout 5 coming fall of 28, 29, 30, whatever the hell the year is. That would put some value and some worth into these announcements. That's why I'm tickled to death. I'm absolutely ecstatic that the Game Awards will be featuring this because it gives the Game Awards, which we will talk about more here coming up, a little bit more standing. So I don't have too much on this because I'm not a Last of Us fan. I like the games, it's just not my cup of tea. In Uncharted 4, I've seen Fireball play that before. It looks awesome. It looks amazing. But if it ain't one of the games I love, I I'm kind of loyal to the games I go to. All right. Speaking of the Gamer Awards, we all know that Expedition 33 has been nominated for a record amount of Game Awards. I think it was something like 15, 13. Record breaking 13 nominations. It is the hands down favorite to be game of the year, unless there's an upset somewhere. So Game Rant came out and they said, hey, we need to tamp down some expectations on Expedition 33, which I completely agree with. And they say, I think Expedition 33 is going to sweep the Game Awards, but there are 4 categories that it will have trouble with. Let's see if these categories are the same ones that I did not pick them for. Because if you remember, if you've been following along on my page every morning at 8 a.m. for the past, about 2 weeks now, I have been announcing who I think is going to win in these categories. And I do have Expedition 33 down for a lot of them. Will it be my pick for Game of the Year? I don't know. You're going to have to keep tuning in. I think the last ones go at the end of this week. I'd have to check my calendar. Let's see. Nominated for a record-breaking 13 awards at the Gamer Award 2025. And while it seems likely it will win most of them, probably will, chances are it won't win them all. If they do, that is a trifecta and it's history made. There has been a great deal of hype for Clair Obscur Expedition 33 ever since it was first revealed to the world. And it's safe to say it has exceeded expectations. If it's getting this hot of an award hall just being nominated, it's got to be a good game. Solidified in itself as one of the highest rated new games releases of the year. Expedition 33 is the clear favorite to win Game of the Year at this year's Game Awards. I would say they're a hands down favorite. I don't know if I picked them or not. I'd have to go back and look. I can't remember if I did. The Game Awards are set to take place on December the 11th. I'm going to see what time they come out. I'm going to try and buy some tickets to watch. It's in 2 days. Uh, and we'll see if I can do a split screen and we can react together. Arc Raiders could be an upset for game. Again, thank you for the comment, Dakota. That's why I say they are a clear favorite. I can't remember who I had winning it, but I also know that if they don't win it, it's going to be an upset because they're going against Arc Raiders. They're going against Battlefield 6, which we have news on both of those franchises tonight. Yeah, it's coming up soon. The Game Awards, I don't know if it's going to make that sweep. Expedition 33 competing for Game of the Year against the likes of Death Standing 2, On the Beach, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Hades 2, Hollow Knight, Silksong, and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. So it's not going against Arc Raiders and it's not going against Battlefield 6. However, remember like 2 months ago, Silksong was crashing servers. There was a huge wait to get onto their server, like hours long. Myself, Fireball, and Crest Rider, we all reported on it. So for Game of the Year, Death Standing 2 is out, in my opinion. Donkey Kong Bonanza doesn't have anything for it. Hades 2, Hollow Knight, Silksong, and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I'm going to go with Expedition 33. I think they're going to win this. I don't know if that's what I picked like 2 or 3 weeks back, but that's what I'm picking now. We'll have to see. Every award Expedition 33 is nominated for at the Gamer Awards in 2025. It is a hefty haul here. Game of the Year, Best Game Direction, Best Narrative, Best Art Direction, Best Score and Music, Best Audio Design, Best Performance. Charlie Cox as Gustav, Jennifer English as Mahel, Ben Star as Verso. Best independent game. This is what makes this even better for me. Best debut indie game. Another high mark in my book. Best role playing game. Player's voice. There, and I agree with them on this point. Why Expedition 33 may not win the best art direction. I'm everything I've seen about this game, I don't think the art's that good. I just don't. When I see a game like this and they say the art is amazing, if you're going to win the award, you need to at least get up to the same tier, maybe not overtake or maybe overtake. I don't know. But if you don't beat Red Dead Redemption 2, then what the fuck are you doing? Why are you even in this? But I agree with them. I don't think this art is where it needs to be. Audio design. They don't think they're going to win that either. The music in Expedition 33 is nothing short of magnificent. I don't know. I've never played it. It's legitimately one of the best video game soundtracks of all time. We're stretching there. We'll come back to that. And the case can be made that it is the best. We're definitely coming back to this. That's why I think that Expedition 33 is a surefire bet for best score in music. And if it loses in that category, I will be shocked. The game's audio design is incredibly impressive as well, but not to point where I don't think it has serious competition in the category. All right, that's a lot to unpack. It is not the best. Okay? It ain't even one of the best video game soundtracks of all time. Are you out of your goddamn mind here? Grand Theft Auto, every single time. Yes, it's real music. Yes, you're listening to it in a car. But that I would put that as the best. Or one of the best. Let's go with one of the best. I don't want to say the best. One of the best. Look at Fallout 4 or Fallout 5 or 76. I'm sorry. That has some very good audio. Fallout 3 had very good audio. What the hell? Fallout 3, Fallout 4 had to make their own music. Fallout 76 had to make their own music. Like, I don't know. I need to listen to some of this. But I wouldn't put it up there with the best of all time. Why Expedition 33 might not win Best in Performance. One of the main reasons why Expedition 33 has earned near universal praise is because of the emotionally charged performances that brings its memorable characters to life. That's always a good thing. These performances have secured Expedition 33 a whopping 3 nominations in a single category, with Charlie Cox, and we already went over this, Charlie, Jennifer, and Ben being nominated. However, the fact that there are 3 Expedition 33 performances to choose from may cause the game to lose that category. Again, I don't disagree with them on this. Uh, I'd have to look back and see if Grand Theft Auto 5 won this, because you could argue that Trevor, Franklin, and Michael same way. I'd have to look back and see if Red Dead 2 won this. You had Micah, you had Dutch, you had John, you had Abigail, you had their son, you had all. Yeah, these are some pretty big, heavy categories. What's the other one? Why Expedition 33 might not win Player's Voice. These are all ones that whatever. I don't know if they're going to win all these. I think they're going to win a good majority of them only because of the the hype behind this game. and everyone's saying how good this game is, it might win on reputation alone. And if it does, that's horrible because games like Silk Song are good games as well. All right, moving on because yeah, I've been spending a lot of time on some stuff. It is that time of the year, ladies and gentlemen. We're coming down to the end of the year. It's already December the 9th. And when you start coming down to the end of the year, I know PlayStation, who we're going to talk about in just a second, does this. Xbox does this. The PC, not so much. Steam might have something. I don't think it's so much in your face. But PlayStation releases a wrap up 2025 recap. Here's how to view yours. So, what this is it tells you the games that you played the most in that previous year, along with the hours on those games, and then your cumulative hours. How many hours in the year did you spend playing video games? Back in 2016, when I was pretty damn sick, Dakota, I know Dakota in real life, but Dakota will tell you this. I was real sick in 2016. Uh, some stuff that I caught from the Army, nothing huge. Obviously, it's not bad because I'm still here with you now. I played a lot of video games because I had nothing else to do. I couldn't go outside. I couldn't go do nothing. I couldn't get sweaty. I had to stay cool. I had to stay dry. It was just, it was a fucking mess. But at the end of the day, I had something like 7,000 hours on the PlayStation or something. It was some crazy damn number. PlayStation has officially released its yearly recap known as Wrap Up for 2025. The feature allows PS4 and PS5 owners to review their yearly PlayStation stats, including most played games, rarest trophies unlocked. I forgot about that one. Hours spent in multiplayer parties, and much more. It has been a busy year for the gamers. Our 2025 recap is a perfect way for users to see what AAA titles and hidden indie gems have dominated their gaming sessions over the last 12 months. Oh, Nintendo Switch does the same thing. I forgot about that. Uh, you got to go to the PlayStation portal and you will find it. Some of this artwork's pretty fucking cool too, by the way. I just noticed that. They're saying 100 hours. That's nothing. That's easy. Xbox users will likely also soon to be able to recap their gaming stats for the year, but Microsoft has yet to publish its year in review feature as of the writing that I'm reading. It has been an interesting year for Xbox users as more and more once exclusive continues to make their way over to PlayStation 5. Forza Horizon 5 and Microsoft Flight Simulator are the latest Xbox titles to make the jump. But with a clear shift in strategy taking place, there will likely be even more exclusives releasing on PS5 in 2026. The Nomad Gamers have talked about this exclusively. That's why I'm kind of skipping over some of this. We've already talked about it in depth. Hey, thanks for the like. All right, that is, excuse me, that is it for PlayStation. All right, who out there has played Perfect Dark? How many of you all were very disappointed when Microsoft killed the promising Perfect Dark reboot? Well, if you were brokenhearted about it, let your heart be still. Take Two has snapped up its lead for a new 2K studio. Pretty much what this is saying is Microsoft dropped it, Take Two has picked it up. Now, I find it interesting that Take Two has picked it up for a new 2K studio because Grand Theft Auto 6 is about to release. Already had 2 delays on it. And a lot of the fans are clamoring now for, as soon as Grand Theft Auto 6 releases, they want to hear news on Red Dead Redemption 3. And now they're scooping up this other IP. So let's see what they do with this. Daryl Gallagher and Brian Horton will work together on a new, yet to be announced project. When Microsoft laid off an astounding 9,000 people in July, the long awaited Perfect Dark reboot was among the casualties. The main studio working on it, the initiative, was shuttered, but co developers Crystal Dynamics tried to salvage the product by cutting a publishing deal with Take Two. The deal never, I don't know that word, evacuated, because Take Two and Microsoft couldn't agree on who would retain ownership of the Perfect Dark franchise. See, this is what pisses me off about gaming franchises. Especially now that we're getting up to really big companies that control these. You got a franchise that Microsoft does not want to reboot, doesn't want to give it a sequel, just wants to leave it out there, right? Take Two comes along and says, hey, we want this. We want to reboot it. We want to give it keep the story going. But Microsoft still wants to own the franchise. We're going to talk about this a little bit more with Warner Brothers, but Microsoft, if you want it, do it. Instead of laying off the 9,000 workers, recall them all back and fucking do it. But it sounds like Take Two got it. Nevertheless, it looks like Take Two did get something out of those discussions. Former The Initiative boss Daryl Gallagher and Perfect Dark director Brian Horton will found a new 2K game studio. Bloomberg reporter Jason Schreier announced as much today before Gallagher confirmed on LinkedIn. That's a good thing, but I don't think the 9,000 that lost their job are going to be too happy about that. I know I wouldn't be. All right, so here's one. I put this in because I found it funny. We talked exclusively last week on the Nomad Gamers podcast. If you want to hear all three of us, you need to rewind back a little bit. Go see not last episode, but the one before that. We talked about this asinine ban that Australia is putting on teenagers and children under the age of 16 to be able to go on to Twitch. Well, from today, Australian teens and children under 16 can't sign up to Twitch and 9 other social media platforms as world's first ban takes effect. TikTok, Kick, and X are also among those banned, and the rest of the world is taking notice. I didn't know about those other ones. A new social media ban takes effect in Australia from today, preventing, or in theory, preventing teenagers and children under 16 years of age from holding accounts on 10 popular platforms. God damn, that expanded. These include Twitch and TikTok, who will now have to take responsible steps to keep Australian under 16s off their platform. If they don't, they can face fines of up to an AU 49.5 million, around 33 million in United States dollars. The world first ban includes 10 platforms, including the below, and I have not reviewed them. So if there's an offensive side on here, I'm sorry. Just know it's being banned by Australia. Oh, Lord Almighty. This is going to get good. All right, so the world's first ban includes 10 10 platforms, including the below: Facebook, Instagram, Kick, Reddit, Snapchat, TikTok, Threads, Twitch, X, and YouTube. Boy, those teens are going to be fucking bored. According to the Australia's e-safety commissioner, the ban is designed to protect young Australians from pressures and risks that users can be exposed to while logged into social media accounts. Those come from design features that encourage them to spend more time on screens while also serving up content that can harm their health and well-being. I do not agree with censorship at all, period. At the end of the day, like Fireball said, like Zanar Crestwriter said, and like I said, there's a little heavy handed. All these kids are going to do, they're going to make an account and they're just going to say, I'm over the age of 16. January 1, I think it goes to 18. So they're just going to say, hey, I'm 19. What are these apps going to do? Are they going to make them verify, send me your fucking ID? If you look at sites in the United States, and I can only speak of the United States because, well, I don't have experience in any other country with their social media. When you go to a site that's age restricted, all it wants you to do, give me a birthday. 18 years and 1 day, they can get on all these sites. I don't get it. I don't know why you would ban anything. The legislation has been met with inevitable backlash and heated debate through, if polling conducted by The Guardian is any indication, the majority of Australians support it. In a strongly worded celebration of the ban, Prime Minister Anthony Albanese positioned Australia as a pioneer in a movement that will inevitably catch fire around the world. This one will be one of the biggest social and cultural changes our nation has faced, he wrote. It is profound reform. It will be a source of national pride for years to come until they figure out that these kids are sidestepping the ban. The e-safety commissioner has 3 criteria for age restriction bans listed below. The sole purpose or a significant purpose of the service is to enable online social interaction between 2 or more end users. Well, you might as well put PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo on that list as well. The service allows end users to link to or interact with some or all of the other end users. Again, you better add the consoles into that. The service allows end users to post material on the server. Again, you better include all the consoles in that as well. We got Ashley. Is that Call of Duty? It is not Call of Duty. I was waiting for you. It is not Call of Duty. Ha ha. Gonna have to go back a little more, young lady. While the banned platforms fit the e-safety commissioner's 3 criteria for age restrictions, there are some noticeable absences. These are huge. Roblox. Really? You don't put Roblox in. They're getting sued all the way around the goddamn world. You don't put them in this ban? That's ridiculous. Discord. It fits all the criteria. And Steam have all come under fire for either hosting obscene or extremist material or serving as environments for child exploration. No, it's not Battlefield either. Look, children need to be protected. Okay? They do. There's a lot of the times when children think that they're safe, think they can wade into those waters, and some really bad things happen, which is unfortunate. It falls on the parents. Falls on the parents to monitor what their kids are doing online. What games are they playing? Who are they talking to when they're playing games? I had a parent this weekend come up and just ask me, said, what is the best console for my child? And, there was some follow up questions that I asked. And as soon as I heard Roblox, I said, you need to really watch that. And he goes, don't worry about it. We already got it covered. That is what the gaming community needs. We need we need a little bit of oversight from parents. If you're over 18, I don't care what you do. I really don't. What part? That part. What part? All right. Despite those clear red flags, according to the e-safety commissioner herself, online gaming and standalone messaging apps are among the number of types of service that have been excluded under the legislative rules. This sounds to me like they were just cherry picking some sites over other sites. No, I wasn't applauding the kids online needing to be watched. I was applauding that the parent was monitoring what their child was doing. It is never okay for what Roblox has been allowing to have happen. Okay. Not first and foremost, never okay. However, the online gaming community is just like public. If you are not going to let your child out into a mall unattended, then you should not have your child going into a gaming lobby unattended. At least know what is going on. Just go in and just look at the damn TV for a second and then walk off. It takes 30 seconds. I did it with all my kids. Oh, okay, cool. I'm trying not to get upset and I'm trying not to take us into a political uh, direction with this because this is one of the very sticky subjects where the gaming world and the political world start to come kind of close together. And I got to stay in that gray area. Nothing about this is right. Nothing about Roblox is right. I don't like the censorship. I don't like a government coming in telling gamers and telling families and telling people you're not responsible enough to go on this site and be safe. And then you have these platforms. And yes, I'm a little biased because most of those platforms are right down here. Facebook is over here. YouTube is right here. TikTok, Kick, Twitch, they're all on this list. I will have no viewers from Australia. And that's all right. Okay. If it makes them safe, that's fine. But you can't cherry pick. If these are all bad, but this is good, and these all function as almost the same, there's no difference. Why are you cherry picking? On Discord, I hate to tell Australia this. On Discord, I can upload photos if I want to. I can chat if I want to. I can video conference if I want to. Discord is more user friendly than 99% of these platforms down here. They just are. And Discord has the least amount of guardrails on it. We have another one that came in. Austin Harding. 100% agree. Thank you. Children need to be protected. But none of us need the government protecting our kids when it's our job. Parents, do your job, step in, see what your kid is doing. I know two things. One, I never let my kids do this. And two, when I'm online and I'm gaming, and I know we call them squeakers, okay? Everybody knows the term squeaker. Squeaker is a young kid. They come in, you know they're a young kid just by listening to them. Be a responsible freaking human being and go about your business. Don't use the gaming platform to do your sick and twisted shit. don't do it ever, but come on. We're I need to get off this topic because I'm going to get on a soapbox and I'm going to end up getting myself banned from all of these. And we can't do that. But Australia, come on, man. If you're going to ban a little bit of it, you got to ban it all. That's all I'm going to say. Uh, Other governments are paying attention. Yes, actually, they are. To Australia. Malaysia. I don't want to hear nothing about Malaysia. Malaysia is heavy handed all the time. Intends to ban all social media platforms for under 16s from January 1, 2026 through again, there's no indication Steam will be affected. At least Malaysia said all of them are bad, but Steam's still good. The question of whether a law should or even can prevent child social media use will remain open, but the fact that social media causes harm to adolescents is hard to deny at this point. Ah, that's that's a heavy debate right there. Uh The World Health Organization found that more than 1 in 10 adolescents showed signs of problematic social media behavior, struggling to control their uses and experiences negative consequences. Look, life's hard. Gaming is supposed to be somewhere you go to kind of forget everything and kind of blah, just turn your mind off. There needs to be some responsibility, but I don't think it needs to come from the government. I just don't. I know this shit won't fly in America, but not everywhere is America. All right, so I know Dakota's going to love the next two new topics, and I'm missing one. How am I missing one? Okay, no, we're not missing one. It's worded different. Arc Raiders, you've had an interesting day today, haven't you? All of the servers for Arc Raiders went down earlier today. I do not know, and I cannot confirm if they're back up and running yet. I just can't. I'm sure there's a website out there that says if they're up or if they're down. There's a website for everything. But this morning, oh boy, there was a lot of Arc Raider fans, players that were very unhappy they couldn't play. Arc Raiders big winter update is coming next week, and Bark teases new temperature mechanic. Cold Snap marks the end of the Extraction Shooter's current roadmap. Dakota, are you still with me, my man? I don't think Dakota's with us anymore. That's all right. We are missing one. Oh well. We've known for some time the Arc Raiders Cold Snap winter event was on the horizon, but now exactly when it's happening. According to Embark X post, the Cold Snap update arrives Tuesday, December the 16th, so about a week away now. According to Embark's official Arc Raider roadmap, the Cold Snap update brings a new map condition called Snowfall, the Flickering Flames event, a new Raider deck, basically a battle pass, and new quests. Here's the thing: if you look out there at all of these first-person shooters, Call of Duty, uh, Battlefield, Arc Raiders, Fortnite, all of these games go down the same exact roadmap. They all have battle passes. Players have speculated about what exactly the snowfall map condition will entail. Is it just some maps but with snow? But a teaser image shared by Embark today of a collapsing raider in the snow suggests the extreme temperatures will carry consequences. Good! It looks like players might have to limit their exposure to the elements to avoid freezing to death, or perhaps toss an incendiary grenade to warm up. I don't know about that. Ah, there's Mr. Dakota. Welcome back to the party, my man. All right, I am streaming it on Twitch currently. One One Tap Samurai. I absolutely love this game more than I have played thus far. We are we have takes that if you are outside, you could start freezing and love health and move much slower. Hold on, I gotta get back to that screen to talked. Yeah, I kind of figured what you meant. Uh yeah, man. I mean, Arc Raiders seems to be the game to beat. And I'll tell you one thing, it was not on my radar to be this big. I never thought this game would get this big. I never thought it would get this popular. But surprise, here it is. And a player like Dakota, who was playing Battlefield 6, I think he's pretty much switched over to Arc Raiders. Excuse me. The most obvious way to make heat a factor of survival, but I wonder if Embark would go even further. Uh-oh. What if wearing warmer clothes like a fur jacket increased your heat resistance? That instantly plunge Arc Raiders into the realm of pay to win cosmetics. So consider it unlikely, but it would be an interesting wrinkle. It would be. We're going to keep our eye on Arc Raiders and see how the reviews. In fact, I'm going to talk with Dakota. Uh, I might, Dakota, let me know if this will work for you, but I might have you come on our Discord channel, and I might bring you on to Thirsty Thursday to talk a little bit about this. Just let me know if that works for you or not. All right, here's the big fucking news of the last 2 weeks. This is huge. Okay, Netflix, and we reported on this on the Nomad Gamers. Netflix is set to buy Warner Brothers. Lose hell. I think he's so damn excited he can't get a full sentence out. Cool. All right. Netflix is buying Warner Brothers and Warner Brothers Discovery. What that means for the average consumer, I don't care. I just don't. I am a customer of Netflix. I am a customer of Discovery. I am a customer of Warner Brothers. I have all those streaming services, just like you probably do. Here's where it gets interesting for Nomad Gamers. Warner Brothers also had games. Netflix is now in the gaming industry. So this week, when they had an investor call and they were taking questions about this, here's a quote, and we're going to get into this. We actually didn't attribute any value to Warner's game studios, Netflix boss says about the acquisition deal. They're relatively minor compared to the grand scheme of things. PC Gamer says, ouch, that hurts. I must concur with that. I don't think Netflix understands the engine that they are buying. I don't think they understand that they have a leg up on the rest of the gaming industry. I'm going to tell you right now, just by that comment, I would not be shocked if Rockstar Games or Take Two Interactive or whoever, you know who I'm talking about, Bethesda, Microsoft, any of these AAA gaming companies, I would not be shocked if they are not in talks with Netflix to say, when this deal is done, we're going to give you X millions of dollars just for this engine, just for your gaming studio. I wouldn't be shocked by it. Let's dig into this. Netflix recently won the bidding war for Warner Brothers Discovery, making a deal to acquire the company for nearly $83 billion. It still needs to go through all the regulatory shit, but the deal is pretty much done at this point. That includes its film and television studios, HBO and HBO Max, and all of their properties. The whole of the DC universe. There's a lot of games in that DC universe. And of course, its remaining game studios. Those game studios are obviously a great interest to us. But for the people at Netflix, I don't want to bruise any egos here, but well, not so much. I'm reading word for word from PC Gamer right now. The Netflix disdain was expressed in an investor's question and answer earlier this week, probably yesterday, when a caller asked if Warner Brothers Discovery acquisition would enhance or accelerate Netflix's gaming ambitions, which have floundered after a hard charging start. Netflix has closed or sold off the studios and made such a big point of having just a few years previously, and its biggest idea these days seems to be laying out huge amounts of money for generative AI. Warner, on the other hand, despite some recent major botches of its own, still brings significant gaming strength to the table. That doesn't seem to figure into Netflix's plan, though. Netflix's co CEO, Gregory Peters, acknowledged that the WBD pickup would be a boon for his company's gaming division, but not to the extent that it makes any real difference. I think he's underestimating us gamers. While they definitely have been doing some great work in the gaming space, we actually didn't attribute any of the value to that from the get go because they're relatively minor compared to the grand scheme of things, Peter said. Now we're super excited because some of those properties that they've built, Hogwarts is a great example of that. I didn't even remember that till now. Have been done quite well. It is Hogwarts is a very nice game. Uh, and we think that we can incorporate that into what we are offering. They've also got great studios and great folks working over there. So we think there's definitely an opportunity there. But just to be clear, we haven't built that into our deal model. Maybe they're not buying that part. Oh, well, okay. Hogwarts Legacy was indeed a huge hit. And in 2024, Warner said developing a sequel one of its biggest priorities, but the spectacular, extremely expensive failures of Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, and Multiverses forced Warner Brother Games to embark upon a major restructuring less than 6 months later, which saw the studio closure and the cancellation of multiple projects, including a reported Hogwarts Legacy expansion and definitive edition. That would have been amazing. Sweet Kitty probably would have loved that. Hogwarts Legacy sequel was reportedly still in development at at that point, but it's clearly not a priority for Netflix. And with Warner's fate seemingly up in the air, Netflix won the bidding war, but Paramount has launched a hostile takeover bid. What will ultimately happen to it and the rest of Warner's once powerful gaming division is anyone's guess. I have to look up something real quick. The Nemesis system is the engine that Warner Brother has that is coveted with the game developers. Absolutely coveted. There was so many people who were very disappointed when Warner Brothers went belly up. At least in the gaming industry, I should say. All right, so that brings us to the end of all of our points of Talking Tuesday. It does not bring us to the end of Talking Tuesday. I want to make that clear. So we have some changes going on. So welcome to the new time slot for Talking Tuesday, along with Thirsty Thursday. The other change for my Kick users out there, I'm going to be moving Talking Tuesday and Thirsty Thursday to subscription only. My gaming will still be free over there, but there's going to be some platforms where it's going to be subscription based, and that might be one of them. I haven't made up my mind yet, but we may be going that route. Facebook, uh, Twitch, and yeah, only those. There will be a subscription in there, like to join Godfather. It'll just be uh, extra content. So that's where we stand there. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Whew, I went 58 minutes. God damn. I can talk a lot. One more time at the background, because I know Ashley's still watching. And I know she is itching to figure out what this is behind me. So here we go. Oh, wait. That ain't it. Wrong picture. I already took it down. So let me move my fat ass. Fuck it. I'll post it onto my page. So, with that being said, tomorrow night's Wednesday. I will be gaming 7:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Then we got Thirsty Thursday on Thursday evening. It is not Battlefield. Yeah, it's not Battlefield. This is about the time when Battlefield came out. That's the only hint I'm going to give you. Uh Friday, tune into Thirsty Thursday for my Friday gaming. And then, of course, Saturday is the Nomad Gamers podcast. Let's see what else Dakota said. No, it's not Trakov. You're oh, it's not SOCOM either. You're close, but it's not SOCOM. I'm only going to give you a couple more minutes, my man. You're very close with SOCOM. You're very close with Battlefield too, but just not yet. You want another hint? I'll give you another hint. It was also a movie. Huh. Dude. Well, you have until Thirsty Thursday to figure it out. So, Dakota, I need you to message me. We need to hammer out for Thursday. But until then, in the words of my good friend Santiago Cirillo, who really needs all your support, that man's a little down right now. I don't know what's going on with him. But in the words of Santiago Cirillo, no, it's not Medal of Honor. Your negativity cannot and will not break me. You're beautiful the way you are. If you are out there playing a game, you run across a griefer who needs blown the fuck up, then you blow that motherfucker up. Thank you so much for watching Talking Tuesday. Thank you for your support. Hey, thank you for all the likes. Thank you for the shares. We will see you again tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. for my nightly streaming of Grand Theft Auto 5. Until then, peace and love.